I'm opening up my chest. Really opening up my chest. As you open up your chest, it takes courage to do that. So if you can't do a warrior one, what I say, that's your essential animal. That's what you need to do to work on to sustain movement for life and to avoid any injuries. So depressed, courageous. Now, there's a woman called Amy Cuddy. She's got a big TED talk, millions of views on posture and postural psychology. And she says that when people are going to this position, they have an increased cortisol, which is the stress hormone that's been around in popular thought for about 20 years. If you go into this position, this is a power position, or even this, and she says that blind people do this when they cross finish lines, when they finish a race. So this is a power pose. It's also like an X, which is also a very powerful symbol. Although Elita said not to use symbols, I'm not allowed to use them, but I'm a very visual person, so I do. That's the power pose. If you hold that for 2 minutes, you will increase your testosterone, men and women, and you'll decrease your stress. Okay? This is a stressed posture, a depressed posture. This is the non-stress. So going hand in hand with this heart, this is the heart chakra. This is to do with courage. It's to do with the lung and the thumb, the lung and the large intestine meridian in Chinese, is breath. So I'm going to give you my second gift. Second gift, and I see we've got 2 people in the room. The second gift is here. And that, if we bring that up here, you can see the color. So it's just the color of a chakra, but these are chakra stones from a chakra massage course, chakra healing massage course I did in 2006 when I first got, 2003 or 4 when I first got to Hong Kong. It's the second gift. So the second gift is intention, and that is to calm your mind. And I felt in that last talk, oh, these people are so excited about sharing their views. I was starting, and then I knew that I was coming on next. I'm thinking, man, I'm far different from what these kind of people are talking about. I started to feel a little bit nervous, which is normal. So what I'm going to get you to do is to calm your mind. So this is really easy. You can do it seated, standing, MTR. The other thing that really struck me that during that talk, I was really worried about the thought processes of someone stuck inside since December 2019, only going outside 9 times. And the fact that that person has a sharp knife in his hand and he keeps using it. So I am worried about that knife and 9 months of more or less isolation, David. So what are we going to do?
I exercise and do yoga 20 minutes a day, meditate 20 minutes a day, and I do all my own carpet plumbing, electrical work. I climb trees, I do all that. So don't worry about the knife. This is fun.
Okay, good. All right. So here's an exercise. Now I'll explain it through, but it's only going to take less than 20 seconds to do, but it'll take me longer to teach you what to do. But first of all, just put your hands on your belly. Now you can do that. Okay, so I'll sort of teach you first. First thing, you're going to close your mouth. I will have my mouth open because I need to speak. And you're going to breathe through your nose. And when you breathe through your nose, you breathe in, your belly's going to fill like the bellows you use to build fires when you're a lot younger than most people, like 60 years ago. So it's and I'll do it one more time. Actually, I'll do it one more time so you can see. You see my COVID belly. Okay, now, so we breathe through the nose and we breathe through our belly. That's diaphragmatic breathing. Now, just before I talk a little bit about that, I want you to give yourself a level of 10 of stress. Now, my level's quite high now because I'm speaking in this unfamiliar surrounding. So I'm probably a 7. I'm all excited. So 10 is like high stress, and 0 is asleep. 0 is asleep. So breathing properly is that second gift that most people don't do. Most people, when you're doing those 3 breaths I got you to do, probably lifted your chest. And when you breathe through your chest, your neck works over too much, and your head starts to go forward, and your what's called your sympathetic part of your autonomic nervous system starts to fire up, and you want to be running away from a lion. So that's the mouth breathing and the chest breathing. But if you breathe through your belly, you become calm. So calm your mind. That's the second gift. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a meditation. So it's not a 20-minute long meditation. It's like 20 seconds. But you've got your score out of 10. We need to know that because I do like to track what my clients do. Records that go back quite a few years. So here we go. So what you're going to do, through your nose only, you're going to breathe in for 1 second, hold for 1 second, and then out for 1 second. So do that now, and I'll give you the next instructions. Breathe in for 2 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, breathe out for 2 seconds. Breathe now. Last instruction. Breathe in for 3 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, and then out for 3 seconds. Now, as long as part of that gift of calming your mind, that exercise will hopefully drop your notch down 1 or maybe 2 notches of stress, which may be the difference between. So I'm going to use that knife because it's such a good prop. Might be a difference between using that knife or not. I'm going to move on to another gift. Okay. So I must have met you in the flesh. Here's my third gift. It's yellow. It's the third chakra, yellow. Okay. The third chakra is to do with personal power. It's to do with digestion and sustenance. It's to do with blood sugar management. And the gift is eat real food. Eat real food. Now, obviously, I haven't eaten total real food, but I am not being a perfectionist anymore. I'm living life. So I urge you to live life and don't be a monk or don't be something that's not sustainable. Only do something that's sustainable. You're focusing on my belly. Hopefully not. Let me hold this. I feel like I need a prop to focus on. Here we go. There. So you can tell I used to have a 6-pack. Now it's called a dad bod nowadays. Okay, so eat real food and drink real water. And I haven't seen anyone, abracadabra. I said drink real water, and we've got some guy reaching for the water. But I haven't seen anyone drink water in the whole hour and a half or so that I've been here. No one sipped a glass on camera. I mean, so obviously it's only when you're speaking you're on camera, but drink real water. So eat real food, drink real water. Now, the third chakra, in terms of our movement poses that we did at the beginning, Ilya's looking at his clock, so I'm worried about time. I think it got stolen well and truly ages ago, but I've only got four messages. But the third chakra, the movement for that is a revolved triangle. And I've managed to see Joy out of the corner of my eye do it really well on one side, but she's tight hamstring on the other. So that makes me think, have you injured that hamstring? Must have been a reasonably serious one. Yeah. And so I can tell that about a person in less than 5 seconds. So when I do these movements and I look, and I'm trying to simplify sustained movement, and I'll tell you why I've done that, because like I said, I've trained elite, I've been elite, I've been to 10 world championships, I won a world Mr. Fitness competition in 2000, I've been the New Zealand sports aerobics coach, I coach Olympic athletes, I coached the Sea Gods Dragon Boat team, I've coached the New Zealand cricket captain, and I teach the highest profile athlete in Hong Kong, all that. It's all about elite. But it's only about a fraction of my clientele. Most of my clients, like I was saying at the beginning, don't know how to move. So I'm thinking, how do I how do I do this? And it was in about 2016, one of my clients said, oh, let's do an app. So we did an app, and I built the program. That didn't work. The developers went out of business, and we lost money and didn't make any money. But I wrote a book, and then I thought, I need to expand this concept. And I had this client, we trained her to do the Chicago Marathon. She had a good time. And then afterwards, she lost interest. She didn't have a purpose or a drive to do fitness. But I feel like I have to add value to my clients. So I asked them, why are you here? What do you want? And she says, you know what, Ross? And she's Korean American. She says, well, the Koreans are the Irish of the Asia. So I laughed at that. And she says, all I want to do is drink beer and eat pizza. And I'm like, and I said, well, let's get this straight. So you don't actually care what you do. You don't want to remember what you have to do. All you want to do is stay injury-free, drink beer and eat pizza. And I'm thinking, oh, okay. It's kind of depressing for someone who's gone to all these world championships. It's like, for me, I'm starting to it's boring for me and depressed. But I thought, okay, I've got to find a challenge to that. And so I created this range, and range is, there's a book out by Range. I've got the book in my home, haven't read it, but creating a range of movements. So in functional fitness, you can squat, you can twist, you can bend, you can push, you can pull, you can lunge, and you can run. So my idea is to spiral, I'm using a symbol again, spiral around all these different movements. And if you can do that, and you don't care what you do, all you care is maybe you want to sweat if it's a muscle pain. But what I care about is that you can move, or improve the way you move. If I improve the way you move, you can improve the way you feel. And if at the same time I can improve your posture and you breathe properly, then I feel that I'm adding value for your, I'm expensive. I think I'm adding value to your life. So if I didn't say it already, the third thing I like to do is help others. So I'm arresting my need to get everybody and my ego to push them all to, compete at a high level. People don't. They just come in, stay in shape, tone up, keep healthy. So the revolved triangle is that chakra 3. Right. So what we're looking for is, do you have a straight spine or lower and hand flat? So, this is a trained person. This person does this regularly. Now that brings me to my fourth gift. My fourth